Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and on this episode we're reviewing New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong, episode 125. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, I grade everything on a 1 to 5 scale. 1 is the worst, 5 is the best. Let's jump right into it. First up we have a team of C4, Cody Chun and Guillermo Rosas. I don't know if I've seen these guys before. I don't think I have. I don't remember them if I did. And they're going up against the West Coast Wrecking Crew of Royce Isaacs and Darrell Nelson. To me, the strong tag team division is the West Coast Wrecking Crews to take. I think they're the best team that's consistently been on the show, that's been built with the show, that started with the show. Have there been other tag teams that I think are better? Yeah, but I think they're the most consistent ones. This match, however, I don't think was that good. I don't know if it's the nerves of C4, Chun, and Rosas, but there was a lot of sloppiness to the match, and I've seen the West Coast Wrecking Crew do better, and I'm not knocking the other two guys either. Sometimes a matchup could be a nightmare. I mean, Dean Malenko probably has some matches that aren't that great. I've seen a few Kenny Omega matches where they're just not that good either. So it's not a matter of the talent in the match sometimes. Sometimes it's just a matchup. Sometimes nerves gets the best of you. Who knows? They could have flown in and got there 20 minutes before the show and weren't prepared. The whole thing, it just felt a little too sloppy in my opinion, especially for a tape show where they could edit some of this out, or they could have replaced this with an interview or something, just because I'm sure whoever watched it seen the quality. I don't mean to be so negative on these teams, but I didn't enjoy this match. The West Coast Wrecking Crew pick up the win here. I'm going to give it a 2. It wasn't totally unwatchable, but it wasn't a good match either. Now going from that, we go into QT Marshall versus Kenta. The thing I don't get in New Japan is why Kenta isn't treated more prominently. I mean, he's got charisma, he's got a presence, he's definitely an excellent wrestler. It just feels like he's treated as an also-ran there. This is the kind of match that reminds you just how great Kenta is, and QT is really good too. QT doesn't get enough credit for being as good of an in-ring talent as he is. He has great matches with pretty much anybody with any style. I mean, someone from a Kenta, he could go in there and have a great match with Dustin Rhodes. He could go in there and have a great match with a Bryan Danielson or a Malachi Black or Hook or anybody that you could think of. QT has really good matches with. This was exactly that. This was a really good match. Ultimately, Kenta does pick up the win on this one. I really enjoyed this one. I'm giving this a 4. And finally, for the Strong Openweight Tag Team Championship, we get the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin defending against Roppongi Vice, Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero. I like that the commentary team brought up that Roppongi Vice hasn't been tagging as much as the Machine Guns have, and that could be the advantage for the Machine Guns. Other than that, these teams are very evenly matched with each other. And if you look at it, they really are. They're very similar in style. They're very similar in accolades. Both two very fun teams to watch that bring a very nice hybrid style, kind of an X Division cruiserweight style, while carrying a lot of the psychology. It's not all car crash all the time. I thought this was a really fun match. They gave it enough time to make it really good. The Machine Guns retained the championships. I'm giving this one a 4. I thought it was rather good. Overall, I thought this was a good show. The beginning match kind of brings it down a bit. I'm still going to give it a 4 because of the quality of the other two matches. I just wish they could have maybe edited the first match more, maybe made it look a little better, trimmed it down to the good spots. It's something that a guy like Paul Heyman, when he did ECW video, was great at. He was great at editing out what made a match bad and keeping in what made that match good. Overall, I do think this is still a good show. Fun to watch. Good pretty much from the second match to the end. The first match, again, I hate harping on it, but it did drag it down a bit. But I do recommend checking this out. With that being said, let's smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, share the video. And if you made it all the way to the end, let's throw a Roppongi Vice or RPG Vice in the comments. We haven't given them love in a while, so let's throw that in the comments. With that being said, my name is George Coles, and this has been my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong, episode 125.